My name is Joe Infantino with Carboy Winery and Logan Street Restaurant. We welcome all you here for the fall dinner series. We're all excited to have you here to enjoy all this wonderful food. So with that said, here's Greg and Brian with Modern Eater.
Oh my goodness, thank you all for coming. Let's hear for Joe, Carboy, and Logan Street and this amazing staff and venue here tonight. Myself and Brian are so excited to introduce. This is day 3 of the Fall Dinner Series. It's been a great week. It's a highlight right now. I want you to absolutely give your best right here to this gentleman, Chef Alex Seidel. Here it is, Chef.
How's everyone doing tonight? Can I take this off?
Yeah, slide it down.
I haven't given a speech with a mask on to a dinner crowd, so I'm just going to slide that down. But we were just talking before this dinner because I had a pretty good crew that wanted to come with me tonight just to cook for you guys. Through the last 6-8 months, everything as we knew it kind of changed. And, we used to have a lot of opportunity to cook with people, not just in Denver, but across the country. And some of those are the most special times, being able to share with other chefs, cooking a meal for people, and especially a special meal like this. So when we were asked to do this, this is really our first event since COVID began. So pretty excited to be a part of this, and these guys were so excited that they all wanted to come and just be a part of it as well, and make sure we could put our best foot forward for you guys tonight. So, my name's Alex Seidel. Started a little restaurant down the street 13 years ago called Fruition. Woo! Thank you. It's definitely a very special place to me because it was always just meant to make people happy. And through the years, I added another restaurant in Mercantile, and a lot of that was just because we wanted to share our relationships. Having a farm for the last 10 years, I always told my team, I don't want to sell the farm. I don't want you to say, oh, this came from the farm and this came from the farm, because I started cooking in the late 80s and we got food from a farm back then. It just so happened that we had one, and it was an opportunity for our team to understand how food is raised. And, when a box of produce comes in from California in midwinter, they understand the process that it went through to get there firsthand. And I think they take a lot more pride in putting the food on a plate for you guys. So Mercantile is really just a way to showcase and share those relationships with different producers that we have met and partnered with over the years. And from there, really the last 5 years, I've just been really excited about our community and giving back to our community because I felt so well supported. Probably about 5 years ago, I sat on a panel for Centura Health, and we were talking about food access and food as medicine. And there was a doctor that stood up and said, I've been to Fruition and Mercantile, and not everybody can eat there. And for me, who grew up food insecure, that was a pretty important statement that settled with me. And just in the last couple of years, we started a restaurant called Chook, which is Australian slang for chicken. And really the idea there was to bring the same ingredients, the same quality ingredients that we use at Fruition and Mercantile, change the labor and the service a little bit so that we could make it work and feed families of 4 for the same price as pizza. And that restaurant since day one has been giving 1% of our sales back to our community. We didn't make any money our first year, but we still gave up that 1% of our sales our first year. And I feel really good about that because it went to a lot of organizations. We just created homeroom heroes for all the teachers that had to go back to school in COVID. So we've been taking them food, and that's really what it's about, is this kind of night of community harvest where we celebrate the year's bounty, and we haven't been able to celebrate a lot this year. So to see this many people in the room tonight, really look forward to cooking for you all, and thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Come on. Oh my goodness. So as you can see tonight, you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to want to dance, you're going to want to sing, you're going to go through a myriad of emotions, but what it's all about is what Alex just said. Community, local, our bountiful harvest here in Colorado, and you guys. Let's hear it for you guys for showing up tonight. It's going to be a special night. And again, thanking the Carboy team and Logan Street for having us here tonight. We've got a lineup of stars back here cooking for us. And we're going to bring out this first course. Chef, if you would, let's talk about this first course.
Yeah, so the first course, certainly we were brought a list of farms from Brian here. I've known Brian for a long time, serving up some of the best produce Colorado's ever seen, and really started creating a movement here, I believe. So when he brought a list of farms to the table for us to choose from, we tried to use the best ingredients that we saw on that list. So this is a little late harvest tomato salad. I paired it with roasted beets because I like the acidity of the tomato and the sweetness of the beets and how that kind of works together. Of course, we had to bring a little bit of our cheese, which you'll see in a couple different places tonight. But we finished with a little Fruition Farms feta, a little pepita and sunflower seed, and just some nice little flowers from the farm. There's a couple different basils in there, a couple different mints in there, so just a little burst of flavor. So hope you guys all enjoy.
It's so exciting because I want to highlight that. That is all local, folks. So everything on this plate you're just about to get is within really about 60 miles. So you're getting Rocky Mountain fresh tomatoes that are grown right up in Longmont, and you can really only find them at great chefs and at farmers markets in town. And so that's a super cool thing. So definitely check out and support.
Well, let's
the
ask
local
Brian, how
farmers
many
market.
of you guys have been to a Modern Eater dinner before? Just by show of hands. Oh, yeah, like to see that. Thank you for coming back. For those of you that are new, welcome. Here's what it's all about. We are streaming live right now on Facebook and YouTube. If you go to the Modern Eater Facebook page, please like us. Check out the stream tonight. You can comment on the dish that you have. Also, take lots of photos. Hashtag Fall Dinner Series. Put them on Instagram. We're going to start out tonight and have a comparison. This is going to be the pre-dinner selfie, and then we're going to take one after dinner to see the difference. I think there'll be a difference. I know you guys are hungry, but gather. There you go. Brian, wave hi. Where's Alex? There you are. Okay, pre-dinner selfie. Okay, and we'll have one coming up at the end of dinner. So you will hear from purveyors tonight. We have a couple of Zoom calls with ranchers. We've got Odd 13 here with us tonight for the beer. Let's hear for Odd 13. Golden Moon Distillery as well. Golden Moon's going to talk with us tonight. So we're going to bring up the music and turn down the lights, and we're going to get this going. This is day 3 of the Fall Dinner Series. One more time, if you would. One more time, if you would. Thanks for showing.
Keep you right here.
Okay. All right, why don't we do that?
Either one.
Either one. Yes. Hello and welcome. Fall Dinner Series. I love it. What a night tonight, Brian. What do you think?
I think it's gorgeous. I mean, the temperature was really warm, and then it just dropped, but it's, I'll tell you, it's perfect for me.
Get out of here.
Thank you guys for joining us. And Joe, first of all, yourself.
Yeah, we'll keep it off.
Give people 30 seconds
We can
about
just find a
yourself.
cooler.
Myself, okay. So I've been in the restaurant business probably my whole life, I would say. I mean, my family grew up in Italy, migrated to Brooklyn, and my family opened up pizzerias back east. So I was washing dishes as a kid, doing sodas, sliced pizza. I just worked my way up. But my main career started with Elway's in Cherry Creek, and then came on to be the GM of Elway's Vale. And then I went on to Newport Beach, California, to spearhead 3 restaurants in Laguna. And then this all came about because a lot of my friends are part of this company, and now I became a partner with these guys for this location.
Dude, what a resume.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Holy cow.
And what you got to love opening this and seeing the transformation, because I'm sure you were in here when it was all
oh
done
yeah,
as
I
far.
mean it was crazy. Like they just gutted it, and just standing back and just seeing like no tree and not having to walk up those stairs, and it was just amazing to see how this got built. You know, it took longer than expected, but we got open, and you know, now we're thriving. I mean, COVID hit, and that kind of put a bummer on a lot of things, just like the rest of the world. But you know, we're doing very well right now. So especially having this event here is awesome. You know, people.
It's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
We love to highlight.
Streaming live, so welcome and thank you for joining us right now. Kevin Weber's around to have him on. You're gonna hear from a lot of folks. Kevin, what are you doing, man? You running around pouring wine? You know what? I'm tempted too. So you have your home chef, Logan Street, Friday night chef for Fall Dinner Series.
Yep.
Chef Rebecca Weitzman. Man, just getting to know her over the weeks and coordinating this. Not only she's loved by the community here with the Carboy and Logan Street, but the chefs community are absolutely thrilled with Rebecca, and a big reason why Alex Seidel is here tonight, as much as we'd love to take credit for it, is Chef Rebecca Weitzman.
I mean, Rebecca is just amazing. I mean, she is very talented.
Let's
she
eat.
Cares.
Dig in. Take that mask off. We're at the table now.
All right.
We'll have this first course
All
together.
right, let me take this mask off. Yeah, she's just amazing. I mean, I just coming to work, eating her food like every day. Like I'm always like picking. Like she sometimes gets mad at me because I like to make my own dish, and she's like, "No, that needs salt," because I'm like very against salt for some reason. But no, she's awesome. It's great to have her as my teammate. So and that's what, like you said. I mean, everybody respects her, and we're just lucky enough to have her on our team. And you know, she makes my job easier because checking on tables and talking with tables, it's always about the food. Oh my God, this is so good. This is like, it makes my job easier as a managing partner when I'm checking on tables and talking to tables that, you know, people are here day after day. Oh, we had to try this, we had to try that. So it's fortunate that we get, you know, I get to have, you know, the team gets to have her. So
She's got to be a great feeling.
You know,
for sure.
and as I'm about to say, okay, Chef Rebecca, pro, right? We know that. Everybody around here, I say Craig Jones is Mr. Hospitality until I talk to you. I'm starting to rethink that you're Mr. Hospitality. But truly, what a classy operation you guys have here. I don't know where you get your staff from, but I think you're breeding them somehow back in the Bubble Barn.
yeah, that's what we do. We take them back there to do the interview and get them all, you know, sauced up. No, it's great. Like I said, we all been in this, you know, environment for a long time, and you know I got recruited on between, you know, my buddy Kevin and Craig and Maggie and Eric with Angelo. So it's like, you know, there's a lot of tight knit involved in this group. So
Well, and I would say even deeper, it's like a culture with you guys.
yeah.
I mean, because, you know, to Greg's point, you guys are all sort of cut out of the same mold, and I'm sure, you know, a lot of that is you attract those kinds of people, but also you're keen on making sure that you're not bringing someone new who doesn't fit that culture
Yeah.
on board.
Let's talk about this food. This food is fantastic. We can turn Jimmy's mic on. Hey, turn Jimmy's mic on real quick, Jay. Turn Jimmy's mic on real quick. Happened, man. How are you?
Brother? Good to see you. You too.
You're on.
All right.
You're on the stream, and we can hear you.
Perfect.
First of all, introduce yourself.
I'm Jimmy
Stand
Warren.
to the side just a little bit, so-
I am the cheesemaker and one of Alex's partners down at the farm, Fruition Farms Creamery. I started out with him, 13 years ago at Fruition, the first year it opened, sous chef there, and then made the decision to leave the kitchen for a little while and go make some cheese, milk some sheep.
I understand you know everything there is to know about cheese.
Not really.
Not really?
Not even close.
Where'd you get your love for cheese?
Honestly, the farm, to be honest with you. Like, that's where you kind of, you learn to respect it and you connect with it and you see what it truly takes to take something as simple as grass and turn it to something as complex as cheese, because that's what we do. We're literally using the sheep as a medium just to take and give us the most beautiful milk that they can produce, and then we do the best we can to coax some cheese out of it.
Describe the farm.
Little 10-acre farm.
Where's it located?
We're down near Larkspur, actually, southeast of Colorado Springs. Yeah, just a little small 10-acre space. We grow produce. Ilsa Meyer's down there. She's doing all of our produce production, does a lot of stuff for Mercantile, Fruition, a couple of places around. And then we've got the creamery there. Make process about 2,000, 2,500 pounds of milk a week. So we're still small.
That's modest, but that's a fair clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I'd like to mention, Jimmy, you guys are sheep only, right? I mean, and that's
Sheep's
a little
milk only,
bit
that is
different because
correct.
a lot of people don't realize Americans have really screwed up cheese
They have.
with cow's milk.
Absolutely.
Talk about that, man.
So one of the things that we
Great
kind of
point.
looked at when we first started this was, especially being chefs in Colorado, and Alex will say the same thing. We've been saying it for years. As a chef in Colorado, we're making all these beautiful Colorado lamb dishes. You get into winter, you're doing these wonderful lamb shanks, something that's just luscious and rich, and then you need something creamy to go with it, and what do? We throw some goat's cheese on top of it because that's the only thing that you had around. So that's kind of the start of the whole sheep's milk revolution for us. And small ruminants, we don't use lamb, we don't use mutton as a culture in the United States, and we definitely don't process sheep's milk. First sheep was milked for milk production in the United States back in 1985, and it was more of like a research project, and it slowly kind of grew from there. So even though we were 8-10 years ago, we were still on the forefront of sheep's milk in the United States.
Well, and not forcing because I mean I think that's we're forcing the enzyme
Right.
into our cheeses these
Right.
days, which really, I mean, it does a lot of bad things.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's sad because it takes away the flavor, and it makes sort of Americans, in my opinion, our palate. We dumb down our palate so we don't know what really good food
Right.
is all
That's
about.
the truth. That's
Yeah,
the truth, man.
Absolutely the truth. Hey, Jay, could you get Chef Seidel's mic on too? Are you?
He's ready for a beer.
13, which one are you? There's
I'll
the
take a
noob.
noob.
You want a noob? All right, fantastic.
You guys want a beer?
You want a beer? Who wants beers?
21? You don't
Two.
drink.
I don't work for this guy. I work with him, so I can drink a beer.
You can have spirits, man. I mean,
Harry, you want a beer?
golden moon spirits for sure.
Yep.
I
They've been
forgot,
using,
sorry.
Ilsa, I told you we've
Liz,
got the
you
little
want a beer?
farm down there. We're growing a lot of produce.
No?
Ilsa's actually growing all of the wormwood,
I'm
the
good.
Artemisia. She's growing all of that for the spirits that are being served in the absinthe tonight. So, yeah.
You're
So
going to hear a
the
lot of stories.
Artemisia is coming
That's
from
fantastic.
our place, which
I'm
I
gonna-
think is pretty rad.
You guys stay here. You have dishes laid out over here. Is that all 5 courses?
That
right
is.
there?
Yeah, it's
How
just so these guys know what to
How
do.
did you do that? That's
how we
pro,
roll.
man. I mean, you're not even on those courses yet, but they're already built.
Well, you told me to play them all, right?
Well, at some point, we have the A team here with us tonight. I'm going to go grab beer. You keep this rolling. Chef Alex Seidel is here with us along with Jimmy. Jimmy, what's your last name?
Okay.
Warren.
Jimmy Warren.
Yeah.
I love
Good
it.
to see you
Good
again,
to
man.
see you.
Absolutely.
More of those salads.
Nice to
on
see
the
you.
fry.
All right.
Brian,
We know
pleasure.
each other.
Yes,
We
we've
just
met a few
No,
times.
back
too
channels.
fresh.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
But I mean, it's great. You guys are just crushing it, I'll tell you. I love how this is a first chef. Just so
take
you
the
know,
beef
Chef
puree.
Alex, how he laid out all the plates. First chef to do that.
Puree?
That's how we roll. Yes, sir.
Yep, I like it. Thank you, Joe. Well, gosh, I got to tell you, it's really nice being back here because I get to taste the food more than everyone else. Greg's getting beers and I'm tasting food. How could I luck out like that? And thank you all for joining tonight. It's a fall dinner series here
Coming down.
at Carboy and Angelo's.
3?
They should be delied up, already flavored.
We are on night 3,
Tomatoes, we should already have some seasoned, ready to go.
and tonight
Coming down.
is Alex Seidel from Fruition, Mercantile, Food Mill. He's got several projects in town, and he's working on more. Really exciting chef that knows how to do it right. Great, guys. Thanks for making me feel so snazzy with the new tablecloth here. Things are coming together. Oops, right behind you, Greg.
All right, it's a set change.
Thanks for coming back. I
Here
might
we
change
are.
my shirt here now.
It's a set change. It does look pretty, though. It does look pretty. All right, live broadcasting, No Man It's Master. This first course is absolutely amazing. I commented over to Chef Seidel. I said, you have all 5 courses plated out over there already.
I
You know
was
what
just
he said?
talking to Chef Jimmy about that. Yep.
I'd love to have all, but those are for staff, right? So they
Yep.
see how to plate those?
Yep.
Where's our roaming camera? I'd love to have a roaming
He is
camera.
Chef Alex is all about, hey, let me show you what my vision is. So then everyone can be super successful, which is exciting.
Yeah. Stick near me a little bit. I want to get a roaming camera over here on all this stuff right now. It's fantastic. Tonight's a beautiful night. We've got a full house here. First course went down very, very smooth. Get a roaming camera on all these 5 of these courses right here and keep this baby going. We really appreciate you tuning in here tonight. This is day 3 of the Fall Dinner Series, and we are on top of it, just running at full speed right now, and couldn't thank you more. This is how you do it.
What do you think about this beet salad? Don't you think his cheese?
The cheese is
really,
what does
the
it.
cheese and the nuts really tie it together. You got Petrarco Farms, Rocky Mountain Fresh, Fruition Farms, and then I think a little bit of backyard because Alex told me that they picked some herbs.
Jay's over there in the kitchen. It's built outside by Elevation Food Service reps. Love those guys. Again, so many local product providers that have really jumped in and said, I want to be a part of these dinners. And
Well, don't you think like what Alex said? He's like, this is the first time I've really gotten out. And I think that's for a lot of people, Greg. I think a lot of people really need to get out right now. And so people are just want to jump on getting out. And what a better way to do this in the Fall Dinner Series. I'll tell you what. Thank you, Carboy. Thank you, Craig Jones and the whole team of Carboy, Angelos, and Logan Street.
it's a great organization. Tonight we have Rocky Mountain Fresh with us as we're enjoying his tomatoes. I'll tell you what. Tomatoes are an interesting thing for me because I'm hit or miss on them. And most of the tomatoes, Brian, and I love when you talk tomatoes to me, most of the tomatoes I eat are just bland.
Yeah, they're miss.
They're complete miss. What makes these tomatoes stand out?
You want me to tell you
why
this?
are they so flavorful?
You want me to tell you a secret? There was a company out of Florida, and I'm not going to mention the name because I actually know them very well. And they're great people, but they ruin the tomato business. Because what they did and this is actually was really, I want to say the late 70s, they realized that the best way to ship a tomato was green. And so they would pick the tomatoes green, ship them to the place that they were going to be sold, and then they would ripen them there. And the problem with that is when they don't ripen on the vine, you don't get all the flavor of the plant, all the terroir in that plant. And so it's a big deal, folks. Leave your tomatoes on the vine as long as possible. That's why Rocky Mountain Fresh does such a great job because he picks them when they're ready, not when
He's
they're
here
green.
tonight with
Yep,
us.
we're going to see
We'll
Jeremy
speak
and
with
his
him.
beautiful wife, Lydia.
Who are we going to talk to next as the second course is getting ready to come out here? I love watching.
Well,
what
actually,
they do
it
in the
is going to be
kitchen.
Jeremy from Rocky Mountain, and we're going to bring also, we might bring Jimmy back on a little bit
I
to
think we
talk
should.
to. Yeah, he is
Talk
got,
to the crowd.
he has got energy.
I don't
and
know.
he-
Jimmy
and-
lacks a little personality. He's kind of shy. He's a shy guy. I'm sure they do. Jimmy here with us tonight as well. With the cheese guru.
Extra brown butter.
Well, sometimes they're called a cheesemonger, and I was going to ask him if he was considered a cheesemonger.
Here's what I want to do. I want to turn this up in the kitchen, get Chef Seidel as he's directing his team
here to there.
on how to plate these. So, Chef, your mic
So what
is
we're doing,
on.
we're essentially going to set up a few dishes at a time. If you need a 4-top, we'll carry 4 at once.
That's the voice
That's
of
the idea is we're going to try to plate everything kind of to order this way to keep everything nice and hot.
Chef
Keep the
Jim.
pasta nice and beautiful.
Hey, Chef, can I get your picture?
Sure.
Awesome.
Yes.
I love
Absolutely.
kitchen talk. Gentleman came up and said, "Can I get the chef picture?"
Squinty.
And this is kitchen talk right now, is what you guys are hearing on the stream. And
Little ribbons.
Chef Alex Seidel is directing his staff on how to
You
put
want to
this
come in
dish
with pepper
together.
before the ricotta? Just the pasta, right?
No.
Okay.
This is
Yeah,
a treat.
same way.
As we're having the chef talking, let's get a camera on
This
there. Can we
one
get a
can be a little bit
roamer
smaller
for
than the other one.
a
Yep.
good part of this thing? Maybe put DJ on the roamer.
Black pepper over.
Boy, what just a beautiful
And
night.
then
Aren't we so
there's
lucky to
these
live in Colorado and
little
enjoy
leaves.
these,
It's amazing.
fall harvest nights here in Colorado? It's like no other.
Cool.
6:30, and it's
Behind you,
just,
bud.
just
Yes.
a barely
let's do
70
this over here.
degrees.
Okay, let's go. Let's
And,
roll.
All right, cool. I'll finish
Just going.
with
We're just going one at a time.
I'll finish with pepper ricotta.
Here, put these over here. Scoop 5. Let's go.
You want to finish with leaves?
Harry, get in here.
I'll finish with ricotta and pepper.
I
She's
love
got
this
hibiscus
action.
here.
Okay.
Good.
Here, I'll get this. You get this.
Alrighty.
Hey, this needs more brown butter. Come on, Harry. Try not to have so much juice in there, okay? Use your finger
Boy, can you smell that,
so
Greg?
you can dot it around.
Can you smell it? I just
Yeah.
love
No,
listening
we're
to
gonna
these
sell
guys,
table.
don't you?
And I smell that butter right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we can get a deuce table up here.
A deuce? Heard.
Now, what was that, a deuce table?
Yeah, two top.
on a deuce.
He's throwing out a deuce. I love it, folks. So, so rarely do you get to be mic'd up with a chef
We got
in
the servers
kitchen,
ready?
talking to
Service will be ready.
Yep,
This has to
servers.
go right away.
Servers. Yep. This has got to go out right away. What I want to do is I want to bring us up over the house. I'll leave this headset on, and we're going to bring
I was just talking to her.
Alex's mic up as well. We're going to come up over the house here, Chef, so you'll be over the house, and we're going to talk about this course as it comes out.
Groovy.
Okay, hello,
A
hello.
little more cheese. Sorry.
Chef.
Little more cheese. Yes, how was the first
Can I have a
course,
little
you
more
guys?
cheese?
Did you enjoy it? Yes, they're working hard for you in the kitchen right now. We did turn on Chef Alex Seidel's microphone now, and as this course needs to come out quickly, he's going to explain what he's doing with his team right now. Go ahead, Chef.
So yes, we made a squash agnolote, and we are cooking that and tossing a little apple brown butter. And then we've got a little apple compote from the farm, a little apple butter, and a little pickled squash. And then we're finishing the dish with a little Parmesan and the Fruition Farms ricotta, made by Jimmy standing right across here from me.
Yeah, yep.
So that will be the dish, and then we're finishing the dish with a little purple leaf that is kind of special to me. It's a hibiscus leaf, and you see a lot of hibiscus in Mexico, where I love to go, and they make a lot of great cocktails with it. So you can always explore your mind with hibiscus in your cocktails. It's delicious.
Boy, that looks so good, and it smells even better.
These plates are coming out fast and furious. You wanted them out to the tables immediately, didn't you, Chef?
Yeah, this is one that we got to try and keep as warm as possible. You know, I didn't necessarily know we were cooking outside today because I wasn't really paying attention too well. So pasta outside maybe isn't the smartest thing in late September, but we're going to try and make it work for you guys.
And then go pepper.
I have a feeling it's going to be just fine. Let's talk cheese with Jimmy. Jimmy,
Yes, sir.
I don't know, nicknames, is there any kind of cheese-related nickname that you have, Jimmy?
Oh, we're not going to go through my nicknames tonight.
First around, if you can, I know you're working hard, but turn around just a second. And
Sprinkles is one of his nicknames.
Oh, Sprinkles. Say hi to Sprinkles, everybody.
guys?
Let's talk cheese and Fruition Farms. Tell us about the farm, if you would, Jimmy, while you're working.
So we've got a little small 10-acre farm that Alex purchased. When was that, Big A? 10 years, 15 years ago?
2009.
2009. Started out as one of his cooks in his kitchen, worked my way up to sous chef, and we decided there wasn't near enough sheep's milk cheese, not only in Colorado, but in the country. So took a little trip out to Hudson Valley, learned absolutely nothing about cheese making, and then came back and opened up a dairy.
Smart. We were smart.
Well, and you also grow a little bit for some of your restaurants, don't you?
Absolutely. So Ilsa Meyer is down there. She has a full-size greenhouse. She has 2 covered hoop houses, high tunnels, a little bit of outdoor, and I'm sure that I might be stepping on somebody's toes here, but if you guys are having one of the absinthe cocktails or whatever Golden Moon is serving, the Artemisia in that, it's actually the wormwood. That's what she grows for them to distill into that spirit.
I'm excited to taste that later tonight for sure.
Pepper. I'm getting sticky over here.
You guys are making sure there's enough butter in there, please. Brown butter.
Sounds from the kitchen. Sounds from the kitchen.
Okay, who's taking pictures? Who's taking pictures? You taking pictures? Thank you. I can't wait to see them. Fantastic pictures. Here's a little, once it gets a little dark for photos, what you want to do is take your camera out and use your flash and then show it on the dish, and then she'll take the picture. It'll be the best picture you ever had. Just a little trick. How's this table doing, you guys? Enjoying yourselves?
Awesome.
Y-
taking a picture?
Oh, the secret with the flash, I was going to tell you, as it gets a little darker, all you do is you need to have a partner. They turn on their light on their camera, shine it down on the dish, and then the other person takes the photo. Comes out perfect every single time. You bet. Here comes dinner, you guys. Are you enjoying yourselves? Good, good, good. Everybody's having a good time. Fantastic. How's this table doing?
Yeah.
Good times? Yes, good, fantastic. All right, we've got Jeremy over there.
Nope, I'm gonna let Jeremy eat his pasta so he can get it warm, and then we're gonna bring Jeremy up. But in the meantime, I wanted to ask Jimmy, where can people find Fruition Farms cheese?
Great question.
Well, around Denver, we are in quite a few of the Whole Foods locations. We have our Shepherd's Halo, which is our soft ripened cheese that they carry on a regular basis. They carry our feta as well as our ricotta that you're having tonight. Wash Park, Union Station is a really good one for us, the Colorado Boulevard location. Marzix also picks us up quite a bit, and the Truffle over on 6th Avenue near Milwaukee. Those are some of my hot spots to hit, to be honest with you.
Right on. Thank you for that, Jimmy.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
let's turn the music up. We'll get this course going. And so who's the wine drinkers out there tonight? Wine drinkers? Yes. You're in luck. Great place to drink wine. Who's the cocktail drinkers tonight? Good, good. How about beer drinkers? Any beer drinkers out there? Yes. Who's drinking everything? Drinking everything? Fantastic. All right, music's up. We'll continue. It's a great night. Thanks for joining us, Chef Alex Seidel.
This looks tight, Chef. I like it. I like it a lot, bud.
Been a while since I had to come in and design some plates like on the fly.
DJ, can you just keep a rolling camera on the whole time?
Very good. Yes, sir. Thank you. You heard that?
So it's sprinkles or sparkles or what is it, Jim?
All right. It's
Sprinkles.
It's sprinkles. It's a Philadelphia thing. I work with, you probably know Cakes well. Johnny Fermento. Good buddy of mine. He's from Philadelphia, and up there they always called sprinkles Jimmy's. So it just went from there, and it stuck for a bit.
All right, guys. Nice job.
How we doing?
This can go in the garbage. But
Is
we'll
that
keep
sold?
Yep.
Perfect.
So is cheese mandatory on everything, Jimmy?
Absolutely.
That's what I said.
Oh,
And when you make cheese and you have two
That's not the one
restaurants
we're
in the
using, though.
family, guess how much they use?
yeah, put them underneath. We're going to use this for the next course.
I'll talk with these guys in the kitchen, do a little play-by-play. This is night 3 of the fall dinner series. Chef Alex Seidel and
Need seasoning.
Jimmy with us as well.
In the squash. Not bad, huh? He's still not
Yeah.
dialed in over there, Rocky.
I mean, it's not screaming, but he's also talking real low.
Good point.
Wait.
Hey, you want to get those warmed up?
We're cranking now, Chef.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
let's
ma'am.
lay them all out.
Warm?
These are extra, I guess.
Extra? We'll take
Yep.
those 2 up here. Thank you, sir.
Oh, understood. Yes, ma'am. Chef, dessert plates are coming back. They're going to stay room temp for now.
Okay. Does she want them to be room
She
temp?
would rather the breads go in and go instead of the plate, she said.
Okay.
Do you need more of these? There's 2 more.
Look what I found. Salud, Jeff. Good working with you again.
Yeah, man.
So,
That was pretty good.
okay, this dish
Push-up plates.
needs to be
Alrighty.
dug into.
Just one at a time.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Take your mask off, Jay. You will be trying this.
Still got it.
Oop.
Yep. That way you don't have to move far for plating. It's all consistent.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
You miss the kitchen still?
Shoot ya, man, I miss the kitchen. It's a different lifestyle, you know? It's good, though. Still get to create, still get to make something, you know? That's good.
Rocked it, buddy. Nice work.
That dish is so...
Now you can, what's that? Yep. Good, good.
Jimmy, that last dish was off the hook.
That dish is good,
It's
isn't
like
it?
pasta dessert, man.
I know.
Holy
The little,
God.
the pickled squash are kind of sweet, but they're good, man. They're different.
What? Unbelievable.
High fives.
Killing
All
it.
right,
They're
threes.
absolutely killing it.
Where'd those radishes go?
So thank you. Thank you for your help on that. I appreciate it.
Every one of them. Correct. We split them. We tore them. We didn't put whole leaves.
Okay. All right. James, bring those mics down from the kitchen, and we're going to talk to Jeremy here from Rocky Mountain Fresh. I'm glad you had a chance to eat that dish while it was warm.
It's delicious, huh?
It's like pasta dessert.
Right?
It is so good. That was delicious. First course featured your tomatoes. I was talking to Brian. I said, Brian, riddle me this. How come I'm so on and off with tomatoes? There are some tomatoes that are just so milly and bland and acidic-y and they hurt my gut. And then I bite into one of your tomatoes and I'm like, this is why I like tomatoes. What
Yep.
gives?
I think a lot of it's the variety, the varieties that we grow, and then I guess just when we harvest them, I mean, we're picking them when they're all the way ripe, and growing the heirloom varieties that are bred for flavor, or were initially bred for flavor rather than production. So
We talk about plants making them work for flavor. It's an interesting concept, but I think there's something to it. What's your growing style? What is your growing methods?
I mean, we use greenhouses, so we're keeping the temperatures, optimal, and I mean, it's just optimizing all the conditions that the plants need for production.
Jeremy, what's the ultimate temperature? I mean, for you, are you trying to keep a range between like 70, 75? It's hard,
I mean, at
obviously,
night,
in Colorado.
like the coldest we want them is like 68, 67.
Okay.
And then 85 is like the max you'd ever want them, so
Okay.
kind of like a zone right in there.
Jeremy, slide around there just a little bit so the chef can sneak through as we're going along here. Absolutely.
Well, one of the things, though, Jeremy, I talk to people about is storage of tomatoes, because I think a lot of people don't realize you put a tomato lower than, I say it's 58. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, 58, 55 is kind of the threshold, I think. where it
Yeah.
starts
Let's
to
do this. Since
lose
we have an
flavor.
opportunity, we have the chef cornered. He can't get out. He's here. He's within earshot of us. Let's bring Chef Seidel's microphone
Two
up,
little piles.
and we'll hear what he's talking about here.
Yeah.
Well, and, you know, Chef Alex has been using your tomatoes for a long time.
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to talk to Alex about tomatoes. I was talking, Chef, about tomatoes being so hit and miss for me.
Yep.
That some tomatoes just, they do nothing for me to the point of where I don't want to eat tomatoes anymore. And then I get a hold of some delicious Rocky Mountain fresh tomatoes, and we're asking them, hey, what's the secret? But the millie tomatoes, the bland, flavor and low acidity, those are when I go, this is why I love tomatoes again. And it's just, for me, it's so tough to really just pick out that great tomato, just by looks alone.
I think, first off, it takes a good grower to grow good tomatoes here.
I agree.
Nice. And I lived in California where almost every tomato tasted amazing. And there's a guy that I met by the name of Gary Ibsen who, he's like the heirloom tomato seed king of California. And tomatoes are so important to me that I have them tattooed on my body, and I had them, I gave away tomato seeds as my wedding gift for all my guests.
Did you really?
So they could plant those seeds. And 16 years ago, it was a mortgage lifter.
Yep.
And no one knew what a mortgage lifter was 16 years ago.
Yep.
But yeah, there's certainly people that are in Colorado that grow tomatoes really well, and but it's tough. It's a tough environment, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's environment.
You know that we're so dry, and
I'm the only one wondering where this tomato tattoo is. I'm the only one that's sitting here still thinking about where the hell could this tomato tattoo be, man?
well,
tell me it's a tramp stamp.
That's another night.
Tomato tramps, yeah.
Oh my goodness! Other food tattoos?
No.
No, just tomato.
Tomatoes and peas.
Tomatoes and peas. Interesting.
Tomatoes and peas.
I
It might
think-
grow from there. Who knows? We might have a whole garden one day.
This dish right here, first of all, that last dish, temperature was perfect for me. The pasta was cooked perfectly. It was like pasta dessert for me.
Yeah, kind of. A little sweet.
Where
Came
was the
off a little
sweetness
sweet.
coming from?
The apple, there was also a little sweetness in the pickled squash, which, I don't know, it could have maybe not been so sweet.
Really?
You know?
Oh, man, maybe I have a sweet tooth because I thought that was just off the charts.
That was
Perfect.
awesome.
I thought it was fantastic.
Well, for every great chef, I think that there's a balance, right, between sweet, acid, savory, all of that. Yeah. And so for you, you're more hypercritical, I think, than, the regular consumer's going to jump on it and be like, that was wonderful. And you're like, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I like acid a lot in food. So sometimes this came off a little sweet for me, but, we trial and error. We haven't never made any of these dishes, so they're all new ones for us, so, we give it a whirl.
And did you really not know you were cooking outside tonight?
I didn't.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know that.
Al fresco cooking as well, and I think it's just really an extra element for the folks that are guests to connect.
Sure.
And just see everything and
no
what's
doubt.
going on at the end of the night. It's a whole experience because, I don't know, I'm spoiled, but I'm sitting here just on the sidelines of what I love, and that's food service and hospitality, and seeing it done right. Not only are we showing Denver, but Colorado, the United States, but internationally as we stream these broadcasts. This is how you do responsible outdoor dining right now during an outbreak. Everybody is spaciously in a well-appointed outdoor patio right now, great lighting, and as we navigate into the fall and winter months, not knowing, well, what in the hell are we going to do without outdoor seating? We're capturing it while we can for sure. But again, you said, hey, I haven't cooked for a crowd in quite some time. And I mean, think about what the summer does for you. You're in an event after event after event after event. It's kind of your life anymore these days, isn't it?
You know, I mean, there's some certain events that are really special to your heart that you go back to year after year after year, and then there's some events that you go to because there might be a certain person cooking there, and you have an opportunity to cook with them. So that's the way I kind of always look at it. You know, it's the other thing is I've just never had a PR team, and we've always used word of mouth in our restaurants, and the fact that we can travel around and meet different people in different parts of the country and represent what we do here in Denver, and get them excited about what we do here in Denver, and make some connections that way. It's always good too.
Yeah. Well, and I think, Greg and Alex, it's community, right? I mean, because right here, this is a guy who grew the tomatoes.
Yep.
This is a guy who's preparing the tomatoes.
Absolutely.
These are the guys who are talking about the tomatoes and sharing that voice out there. So I've always felt like what we do in food is so much about community and connecting. And that's where I have a blast at these dinners, just because this kind of stuff happens.
Well, this is the best type of forum to be able to see the guy that grew the tomatoes that you're using and share that in an environment as opposed to a backdoor money exchange, money for goods.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that happens on a daily, and it's not always so special. But being able to have the actual producer here who put his heart and soul into to growing these tomatoes and see the end result and see the people enjoying them, he's definitely more responsible in that than I am, because without a good foundation and good tomatoes to use, we can't make any good dishes. So.
Chef?
I kind of thought it was the opposite. I thought that the dish was more you than just the tomatoes.
Ah,
I've
he's
never
humble.
viewed it
He's
that way.
humble.
I've always been about ingredients and learning about ingredients. And, you know, the first time I saw fresh thyme, first time I saw foraged mushrooms, I told you about the tomatoes living in California. Those are all like very monumental periods in my life. And I've never tried to mask those ingredients. I've only tried to highlight them and showcase them the best I can. And so that's what I mean. Without good products, you can't do that.
Chef, I'd love to introduce somebody to you.
Yes.
This,
You know, you don't have to.
but
You don't have to. I already did it.
oh, you did?
She already
First
took
thing
care
I
of it.
came in here, I went beeline right over.
So what's the cross street on Fruition? 6th and
6th and Marion, between Marion and Lafayette.
6th and Marion. Okay. So this lady right here, 48 years ago, bought a house on 6th and Jackson. And just down the street is neighbors. This is my mother, Patricia, and she's a huge fan. And you know what? I'm embarrassed to say I haven't, but we need to take her to Fruition Restaurant. I don't think you've ever been, have you?
I don't think you've taken me anywhere, Greg. I take myself.
Okay, that's her cameo. Have a good night. Get this lady out of here. Who's this woman?
But I'm not shy, and I just wanted to come up and say I'm going to get a picture with you,
Sure.
like it or lump it,
Absolutely.
as they
Absolutely.
say.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Well, you can't turn down an old woman.
No,
I know.
you're not an
Especially-
old woman
yes,
either.
Especially a beautiful
Yeah, you're
woman.
right. You're right. I'm not.
You got a lot of spunk
27.
for you to be able to come right up and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
make your wishes clear.
What did
You
you
got a
think
lot
of
of
the...
energy and passion.
Well, you know, I learned it from Greg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
not vice versa.
Yeah.
Well, people have debated that, but yeah, he probably got a little from me.
People are huge fans of this lady
Yeah.
right here,
Oh,
and
yeah.
rightfully so. How was the first couple of dishes?
Oh, it's delightful.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Delightful. And you know, the one thing I find interesting is, you know, I'm from a small town in the mountains, kind of a farm girl, and always raised on meat, potatoes, gravy, and corn.
Yep. Me too. I'm from Wisconsin.
You're right. So all these fancy things, we're like, no, I'm not eating that. No, I'm not eating that. Well, I'm starting to break out of my box.
Sure.
And I'm really beginning to enjoy a lot of stuff I wouldn't even consider before.
Right.
Even though there are still things I wouldn't eat with your mouth. But
Well, you know your
Yeah.
taste buds change every 3 years,
do they really?
and so you can always develop a liking towards foods if you give yourself a try.
and maybe you might not like it on the first try, but my good buddy Dan, he doesn't like mustard and capers, but I keep feeding him mustard and capers.
Oh, yeah.
And he's actually, he likes it now.
Yeah.
Is that really the truth?
Is it?
Your
Yeah,
taste
for
buds change every?
They're always evolving.
That's amazing.
That's interesting. Yeah, because I am finding things that I wouldn't. You know, I go a lot by sound too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I don't like the sound of it.
What do you mean?
Like if it snap, crackles, and pops?
No, the name of it.
Oh.
Okay, like squid. No.
Doesn't work for you?
No.
But what if I said it like sexy, like boniato?
No.
You wouldn't like any boniato flakes on there?
No, not even
All right, you go get your mask, and I promise we'll get a photo of you and Alex.
I don't want a photo with a mask with him.
Well, you might have to.
No, I want full frontal.
Full frontal. Well, but he can still wear his mask, though, right?
No.
Okay. You didn't expect
Oh
that
my
one.
goodness! I just dawned on me how that came out.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm glad I have my mask up because you can't see how red I am over here.
Full frontal. Thanks,
So
Mom.
maybe I should reconsider.
Yeah, keep it that way.
Yeah.
I love you, Mom.
So, don't think you're getting away from me, all right?
He's
I'm
not going to
not thinking
escape.
so.
You can run, but you can't hide.
All right.
He's not trying to. Thanks, Mom.
Great to see you,
All
Patricia.
right.
Great.
Thank you.
How we doing here?
Well, Jeremy, thank you. Thank you. I'll let you get back
Thanks,
to your
Jeremy.
family. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Just
Ed.
got the sprinkle on.
Jeremy
Just
Marsh
fun.
from Rocky Mountain Fresh. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, my, Patty.
Okay, Chef, we're going to have you met Kermit Cramp?
No, I have not.
He's going to be on the TV.
Okay, great.
I like these little fried shallots in this crumble. It's kind of fun, huh?
Mm-hmm. Go flavor way.
Hey, Kermit. Can you hear me in there, Kermit?
Yep.
Nice.
What you doing, Brian?
I am checking out Kermit Krantz because this is night number 2. We've had this wild
It's night
man.
number 3. Here we are.
No,
It's fall
night number
dinner
2. We've had Kermit though.
Oh, okay, Kermit.
That we've got Kermit 2 nights in a row.
Say hello to everybody. How was that last course, everybody? Did you enjoy it? Yes. Here's a special feature that we have here when we do the Modern Eater dinners. We bring people in on Zoom. And this gentleman right here is from Saguache, Colorado. Who here knows where Saguache, Colorado is? Nobody.
Yep, you just go down to Handem and turn right for about 3 hours.
And he's not lying. Just nestled outside of the San de Cristos and not far from the sand dunes. So if you can picture where that is in the San Luis Valley, this is Frontier Trout Ranch, and truly a Frontier Trout Ranch. Kermit Krantz joins us right now. How are you, Kermit?
I'm doing great. How's everybody?
How is everybody?
Good.
All right, this is a trout ranch in Colorado. Local fish. You say, local fish? What are you talking about? Kermit, take it away. Tell us about Frontier Trout Ranch.
Well, Frontier Trout Ranch is Colorado's only producer of trout for the food market. If it doesn't say Frontier Trout Ranch on the menu, but says something like Rocky Mountain Trout, well, then it's from Idaho. We raise a premium trout. We use a very good high-protein fish food. We don't use antibiotics, hormones. The thing about our fish is that we raise them in a really great environment. We raise them up to about quarters of a pound in a nice raceway, and then we put them out to ponds where they can freelance and
Do we
feed
have
on stage.
shallots and butter saute?
Well, and tell us, Kermit, when you talk about no antibiotics, what happens if your fish gets sick?
So when our fish get sick, we just use plain salt. We use a really nice solar salt. Basically, we use it as a prophylactic on a weekly basis. It kind of cures, 12 different types of parasite infections. So really take very good care of our fish, just like they're our pets.
What kind of fish are you growing there at Frontier Trout Ranch?
Well, typically we raise a rainbow trout. We raise 3 different types of rainbow. We raise the cantaloupe, the jumper, and the steelhead. We are now raising Arctic char, which is closer to the salmon side, but it's above the brook trout. And then starting in January, we're getting new eggs for raising coho salmon.
Now, won't you be the first person in Colorado to ever try to raise salmon or char?
We do have a kokanee in the state parks, but nobody raises it for food. We will be the first that will be raising Arctic char for food, and the first that we're raising it also coho salmon for food.
Kermit, I would love for you to, I want to make an introduction. You probably know this gentleman, but I don't know. Tonight's chef is Chef Alex Seidel, but I'd love to make that introduction to you. Chef comes out of this kitchen that was brought to you by Elevation Food Service Reps, and we thank Rich O'Brien for that. Here he is, Chef Alex Seidel.
Yay.
Thanks for the trout.
You're welcome. Thanks for cooking it really nicely. I appreciate it.
I gotta get up there and maybe go catch a few.
Well, we do have a regular fish production farm where we raise them in the hatchery, where we raise about 100,000 eggs a month, and then we move them out into nice little raceways. Once they get to about 3/4 of a pound, we put them into 2 production ponds. And then, this is where you want to come down, we have a 15-acre lake where we put our trophy trout.
Sure.
We've got splake, Arctic char, tiger trout. We put, first tiger trout was caught out in the sport lake just last week, and it was just under 7 pounds.
Wow. Wow, cool stuff.
That's the beer drinking lake.
Today you made a drop-off of the trout. I believe Jay went and intercepted them for you. You were outside of Logan Street here, but describe your drop-off today.
Well, what we do is we harvest the fish live. Today it was like 6:45 a.m. We put them in a giant cooler that looks like a giant Yeti. They're called polar bins. And we put them in an ice water bath. And that's the proper way to euthanize fish. But what we have found is that as we euthanize them and we're driving to Denver, it keeps them suspended in water so they don't get bruised. And by the time we get to Shamrock Foods, they're just about dead. They pull them off the truck, they clean them, and they're out to the restaurants that afternoon. So we never sell a frozen fish, only fresh fish. So if you get fish from Frontier Trout Ranch, it's usually within 1 to 3 days of when we've delivered.
What did you think of the fish you had tonight, Chef?
I thought it was great. Great texture, very good flavor for farm-raised fish. So yeah, I was pretty excited about using it. Thank you.
Kermit, listen to this course, if you would. Chef, describe what the folks are dining on right now.
So this course, we made a little rillette, so kind of like a little cold pate, trying to utilize the fat that is in the natural fat that is in the trout, and adding to that and making a creamy rillette. And we serve that kind of a play on a lox and bagels, if you will, if you stretch really far. But a little mustard component. We did a little mustard creme fraiche that was made with our sheep skyr cheese, which is kind of a yogurt-inspired cheese. And then got a little pickles that we do. We have a preservation program at Mercantile, so a little bit of pickles. And then we had these amazing turnips, and we took those and we grilled them off, and we kind of wanted to make like a hot and cold dish for you guys. Kind of the cool rillette of trout with like a warm element of these grilled turnips that are tossed in a marinade with citrus, lemon, and then we finished everything with like an everything spice crumble. And that was the stretch right there.
I'm sure it's tasty.
Delicious, delicious dish. Everything has been out of sight so far. Kermit, fear of missing out, you should have it right now because you are truly missing out on a great dinner tonight.
I totally miss out all the time anymore.
That's okay. Let's hear for Kermit Cranston, Frontier
Thank
Trout
you,
Ranch.
Kermit.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
guys.
Kermit.
Have a good dinner. Thanks, Chef.
My favorite,
All right.
it's beer.
You
Come
gotta
on
get
up.
more on
Odd
this.
13.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey, this is Chris from Odd 13.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Introduce Chris. First of all, let's talk about Odd 13.
Right on. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Chris Mitchner. I am the brand everything at Odd 13 Brewing. We are just located up the road in Lafayette, so basically halfway between here and Boulder. We specialize in hazy, juicy sort of IPAs, but pretty much make the gambit. We have sour, fruited sours, lagers, whatever you like. So we like to brew. We're available all around the Front Range. We distribute out of state as well. And all of our beer that comes through here is also gluten removed, so a little bit easier on the palate.
Oh, wow. Didn't know that.
I did know that. And now also, you guys sort of started as like a sour and a hazy company, didn't you?
We did. So right now, hazy IPAs are sort of the hottest thing in beer right now. And IPAs have been the biggest segment of craft beer for the last 5 years. We were the first brewery in Colorado to can a hazy IPA. Now everyone's got one, right? Yeah. Everyone likes to follow the trends and whatnot, but I think we make some really killer beer and fruited sours as well. Stuff that's off left field sometimes, and things like a mixed berry sour. But yeah, we like to keep things fresh and always something pushing the mark.
Where's your brewery located?
So it's Lafayette, Colorado. It's right off of downtown, off of Public, on 503 Simpson Court.
Seems like everybody wants to go to Lafayette now.
Yeah,
it's a great place to be.
I think we're up to 6 or 7 breweries in Lafayette now. So it's really taken off as a beer city. And come up sometime. It's about halfway between here and Boulder, so not too far.
It's a great place. Delicious beer, and you can get it locally around town at some of your favorite liquor stores.
You can. Your favorite liquor stores will carry our beer, as well as you can find it in King Soopers and other different markets around town.
Is this your side hustle? You got a day job, too.
No, this is my job, man. This is it.
Now, but your founder, though, Ryan.
Yes. So our founder, Ryan, is a high-end software developer as well. So he works full-time as the founder of our brewery and owner, as well as designing high-end programs that I have no idea what happened. It's high-end stuff.
But stay in the beer lane.
I'm the beer guy. Yeah, I'm beer.
How's dinner so far tonight?
Oh, this has been fantastic. Chef Alex is one of my favorite in Denver. He's such a great partner with us. We have our beer at Chook Chicken, which is one of Alex's restaurants, and I'm just so happy to be here, and the dinner has been just fantastic.
Let's hear for Odd 13, if you would.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Enjoy your dinner.
Cheers.
This course you guys enjoy. We're going to bring the music back up and be back with you after this course. We'll continue. And do not be jealous as we're eating this delicious dinner in front of you. The sun's setting on the Mile High City. It's kind of hazy, smoky.
It was weird today. It was weird.
Overtone, but I'll tell you
Apocalyptic.
It is. It's a beautiful night to dine outdoors still. Still, last day of September.
Yes.
Tomorrow,
gosh, doesn't time just fly?
Dipping into October. I'll tell you what, that this team is just executing and killing it. And I think we've seen a lot of that as we do summer dinner series and fall dinner series.
And Greg, I'll just comment on that because quite honestly, I mean, we do have the best of the best here in Denver. We, every series that we do, we add one more chef to that lineup of people who have just done something like no one else. So, and that's great to see. Charles Talbot just walked in the house.
Charles Talbot in the house. I'm trying to see who is tuned into the stream. If you have any questions for the chef, we'd be happy to lay it on him. You would need to go to the Modern Eater Facebook stream. I want to see if we can grab Chef Weitzman here to join us as she walks out to check on her friend, Chef Alex Seidel. And Charles Talbot, put on that headset, young man.
How you doing, Charles?
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? How you guys doing?
Welcome in, sir. Welcome in.
You know what time dinner starts around here, son?
I was a little late. I had a late meeting in the Springs.
Oh,
I ran all the
man.
way up here for this.
Well, thank you.
I'll tell you what, you missed 3 great courses. I think we put them aside for you.
Oh, did you?
I hope
Well,
we
there's a
did.
tomato one right back there.
Yeah.
I got my
Fantastic.
eye on that.
Man, this food is off the hook tonight.
Yeah.
Charles Talbot joins us from Talbot Farms and hailing from Palisade, Colorado. We became fast friends when we went out. It's like when these are your guys. It's like, I know these guys. We just met, but I know you dudes. And it was a pleasure to tour the facility. We owe you one. We got to get back up there. And we've got all the video, but the audio was not worth putting out there. So I think it's just an excuse for us to come back out there and see it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It sounded like it was an excuse to get back there and have some good drinks and some fresh fruit.
Yeah, I want a couple more of those barrel-aged.
We actually have a couple more coming on tap. We got another 3 barrel-aged ciders with our collaboration with Peach Street Distillery that we'll be putting on tap here in the next couple weeks.
Nice. Can't wait
On
to
the
try
stream, Ramey says, Fruition used to be one of my favorite restaurants when I lived in Denver. I love this. This is good stuff right now, and Charles Talbot joins us. Have you had the opportunity to eat some of Chef Alex Seidel's cuisine?
I have not.
Never have.
Never have. So I look forward to trying some of it tonight.
What you doing?
It is good stuff. Oh, I was looking at this Ramey. I've got a cousin named Ramey. I didn't
that
know
her?
if that was one of my cousins chiming in there. It was interesting. But, what have you thought about these 3 dinners? So this is night number 3 for you.
Night number 3, and it's been absolutely unbelievable. The different producers that have come out and have spoken at these events, the freshness of all the Colorado fruit, the ingenuity that's gone into the cocktails, just the craft beers we have here, the wines. Everything has been absolutely fantastic and paired so well together. And then all the chefs out here, especially last night, we got so much information from the chefs that just really... There was no secrets. They wanted us to know how they did it. They wanted to give us, a real good idea of what the quality that was going into what was being produced.
Well, and you're part of that quality. I got to say it, Charles. I mean, what the 113 years that your family before you has done and laid down, I mean, quite physically the dirt and the soil to grow what you all have done. And I'll tell you, it's nothing short of perfection, man. I've been eating that little smattering of Asian pears you shared with us.
Hey, I didn't get any of that.
Go down to the warehouse. They're at the studio.
Kitchen,
yeah, they're at the kitchen.
That means I need to go to work sometime.
Yeah.
That means, hey, man, you have some of you go to work.
Go to work. Well, even today, man, I dipped in and ate one of those Honey Crisp. You guys are just doing it. I mean, I love to see that, Charles, because you also, I don't want to use the word pivot because you didn't pivot. You shifted a little bit. And you picked up the whole side of the cider, which is also just an extension of one more use from what you're growing.
And that's the way we looked at it. And that's why we started a cider company and a winery instead of anything else, is that value added. And at the same time, we don't want anything to go to waste. So the original plan behind starting the winery was actually we had 100 tons of Riesling hit the ground one year. And we tried selling it to everyone. We crushed it. We frozed it. We did everything that we could do, and it just wasn't enough. So we came out with a hard cider that's back sweetened with Riesling, and then we just started producing wine and said, this is something we can do where everything is going to be continue to be used. And it also expands our farm to a point where we can onboard new help and new people and really take care of the guys that we have.
Wearing a Ballast Point shirt there. I mean, you're out there supporting everybody, and that's what I like about you, man, truly. Here's what I want you to do. You're going to come back up and talk soon, right? I mean, really soon. Go settle into the table. Get down. Get a beer in your hands, whatever you're drinking. Did you bring some cider out of the car?
I did not. I didn't know I was supposed to.
Well, man, I want a cider.
I'll bring some tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Okay. Tomorrow night. I'll bring some wine spritzers and some hard ciders.
All right, Charles
like
Talbot,
that.
you go settle in. We'll have you back up here. And as we continue, it's night 3 of the Fall Dinner Series. It's a beautiful, beautiful evening, Brian.
Well, but a beautiful evening, Greg. And
you're right over there. Follow the bald head. See the bald head straight in the back? That's the table.
Same spot as last night.
That's right. Bald head is Rich
But
O'Brien.
what I was going to say is when you were saying what a beautiful night, Greg,
Yeah.
it really, not only is it a beautiful night, we've got beautiful people, We've got beautiful food. We've got beautiful ingredients. And just, I mean, I'll tell you, the spirit and the kind, open hearts that these people give. I don't know, man. I got to tell you, I love it. I love... He needs a beer.
That worked last time.
Fantastic. Going good?
Yeah.
Fantastic. 3 beers. Did you want to try
Here, Greg, you talk to...
Yeah, I would actually.
Okay.
So let me ask you, Chef, what do you think about this? I mean, it's way different, right, than than the average dinner.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. It's just been so long, that we've had a chance to cook for people like this.
Yeah.
So, and doing it outside of our own environments, so that makes it interesting too.
That's got to sort of warm your heart a little bit, I got to believe, because this is your passion. I mean, you love, I mean, I think serving people from the sense of serving them good food, teaching them about ingredients and what's important, and I think really tying that all together, you're about to land.
Right.
I mean, and that shows in the fact that you bought the soil
Right.
to grow something, and so kudos on
Idiot,
that.
maybe, but it did happen.
Well, I have heard people say, my happiest day was when I bought the farm, and the next happiest day was when I sold the farm.
I've had that second thought many, many times, but I haven't gotten there yet.
Well, but I love it because, listen, being a great chef like you are isn't for the faint of heart. And that's the same with farming. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for people who think that they're going into a 9-to-5 or that all of a sudden,
Right.
24 hours of your day might be consumed
Right.
with
Yep.
getting that phone call.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think as chefs and as producers, farmers, it's very similar in the amount of work that you have to put in to be good at it. No one just is born with a green thumb. There's a lot of, just knowing Ilsa down at our farm and how much she's taught me over the last 5-6 years. I thought I knew about gardening, but I mean, I don't even have a clue even at this point. Because every time I talk to her, she's rattling off something different from her horticulture background, and it's scientific and over my head. I actually had her come out to my garden this summer at my house and went through all my issues.
Did she?
Yeah.
Was it a big list or a short list?
It was a pretty good size list. It wasn't huge, but it wasn't just one or two things. But yeah, having somebody with the experience like that can give you direction on how to grow good products. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Ooh, nice.
Well, and I look at farming a lot like being a great chef, too, because of that fact. It's like what you said, a tomato here in Colorado or even in Longmont versus Colorado Springs.
Yeah, no doubt.
The soil's different.
100%.
The climate's different. There's so many factors that go into growing. But I think that's just like being a chef because you've got to know when to switch if you're using a certain ingredient and the season has changed. When's the time to switch?
Right.
And I think some chefs, one of the things that drives me nuts, and this is not anything about your restaurants, because you don't do this. You change your menu. Those guys that put asparagus on the menu year-round.
Right.
And they always the excuse is, well, people want it.
Right.
Well, sure they do, but so what? You've got
Keep
to.
'em coming.
Yeah,
Keep
I
'em
mean.
wanting to come back for it. Yeah, no, the thing is, like, every year is different. Everybody thinks like, oh, when spring is in March 21st or fall is in September 21st, that's when the menu should change because that's the official day of fall or spring. And there's some days where we are rolling out things in early March, and there's some times where we can't get good product till early or till mid-April.
Oh, I would say English peas in Colorado.
Right.
I always laugh because English peas are a spring.
Right.
You're supposed to be eating shelling peas in the spring.
Yeah.
But not in Colorado because we can't even get them off of the vine until like June or July.
I had an amazing pea year this year in my own backyard, and I had so many peas to harvest. My kids were shucking peas all summer, and I literally was giving them away because I've never had that kind of prolific yield in peas, but for some reason, I don't know what the heck it was.
It was
But
right.
Every year is different,
Yeah.
Well,
it's funny you say that.
I didn't have good tomatoes. I had 2 plants that produced and one that died and one that kind of produced.
So I'm I'd say this, I'm a balcony jalapeno farmer. 12th floor in Cherry Creek. If you see an abundance of jalapenos up in the sky, that's me. I like to grow whatever I can. East facing, about noon. Jalapenos is really the only thing that'll work for me.
Try shishitos, man.
Shishitos?
There's so much, got so much more opportunity to eat them.
Yes.
And eat a lot of them.
Uh-huh.
And that was another thing. I was harvesting, I only planted 2 of those plants, but I was harvesting gallon bags.
Are you?
And
Of shishitos.
But like we'd have people over and we just all eat shishitos.
I don't know if I can get that yield.
It's like if you get
Jay jokes I get like 12 peppers a year.
Well, but what's cool about shishitos, I'll tell you, you never know what you're getting.
Yeah.
That's like the gift that is the unknown because you can
The
get
1 in 10?
Yeah. All of a sudden you'll bite into one of those shishitos and you're like, well, there's some spice.
How's the cocktail?
It's really good.
Is it a good one?
Yeah. Are we ready to roll on this dinner?
Yes.
On this entree?
Yes, we are. Chef's like,
Hey guys, are you guys ready?
I need to get back to work.
Let's roll.
All right, it's going to be good. What I'd like to do, Chef, if you don't mind, I'd like to bring you up over the house while you're putting this dish together with your team. Is that a problem?
Yeah, let me just get these guys set up
And
so
then you
they know
let
how
us
to
know.
roll it out.
Sure.
And then
we'll talk about it.
mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter,
It
right?
don't matter. That's right. Okay. This dish is fantastic.
I know. I'm still working on this trout
What's that?
dish from
And main course,
from Alex.
we're on the stream right now. Chef Alex Seidel, we're in the
I need a lot
kitchen.
of
The
things,
team,
Rebecca.
he says, we're getting ready to go. What I want to do is I want to get Chef Rebecca
and you could
over
help me
here
with
us
many of those
on the
things,
stream.
so.
See if we can do that.
Could you smell those straw hard potatoes that he just pushed near us?
Yes. The
Immediately.
Smashed potatoes.
Yep. Thank you, Amber. We wish you were here. We hope you're feeling good.
Come on, chef. Come on, chef.
Talk through this with us, Chef.
Sorry. Hey, can we get aluminum over this so it doesn't get cold?
Trying to get Chef Rebecca on a headset here. Well, you better not be shy on Friday, Chef Rebecca. He's
A little more salt.
He's talking plenty, Chef. We were hoping you'd do play-by-play with us. This is like World Wrestling
Do we
Federation.
have any butter?
I thought
Do we have
you'd
any of that brown butter?
Come here. Help me do play-by-play. Come here, Chef.
Butter?
Put a headset. Yes, we do know this. Put a headset on. Chef Rebecca, you can't be shy like that.
No, yeah, you could dress.
Put a headset on, please, for me. You can't be shy on Friday. I know you'll be doing exactly this, but we got to talk too. Throw that headset on. We're going to break you of that shyness.
I hate this. I've
Okay.
never hated anything more.
Shit, no, because you're fine. You've got good folks here with you. Chef Rebecca Weissman joins us. What I wanted you to do is, as Chef setting up here in the kitchen, it's a pretty cool outdoor kitchen, don't you think, Chef?
It's amazing. You guys did a great job setting this up for us. Thank you.
I mean, Rich O'Brien put together, and we're kind of just working. I mean, have you ever cooked in an alley, Chef?
Not in an alley. I've cooked outdoors, not in an alley. This is a pretty awesome alley.
It is a pretty awesome alley. Look at, and Chef Alex brought a dream team here with us. We're coming up to the main course right here, and what I wanted to do, as let's bring the Chef Alex's mic back up. We're going to kind of just do play-by-play. A lot of people, I don't know whether you know this or not, they love to hear behind-the-scenes kitchen talk. You've had. Sometimes it can get real in the kitchen.
Well, but what's so funny, Chef, is that you were on more than national TV. You were on worldwide TV because you're a real star, just like Chef Alex.
No.
All right, so
I will never compare myself to Alex Seidel.
Well,
I love him. Mad respect.
Chef Rebecca, let's do the play-by-play. Help us out. Describe what Chef's up to here.
What are you doing, Alex? What do you got, eh?
We're just finishing these confit potatoes with a little brown butter and herbs.
So did you roast those first and then smash them and then re-crisp them?
Well, if you really want to be real about it, no, use your fryer.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
They look beautiful.
But
Nice
we tried
and
to make
crispy
it
and
so,
delicious.
Yeah, but you hopefully don't know that it was fried. It was roasted and
roasty toasty.
But that's what happens when you cook in an alley. You make do.
That's right.
They're beautiful.
You didn't have to cook in an
Doesn't
oil.
always have to be about the procedure. It can be about just how it tastes.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, right. Sometimes it's more about the journey
Exactly.
than it is anything else.
Are you guys ready? Do we have the meat?
Have you had
Okay, we got to go this way though, guys.
Did you look at the menu?
I did look at the menu. It's amazing.
Looks good.
I know. I was very excited. I made him send it to me before he sent it to you. I was like, what are you making, eh?
Okay, ready?
Well, as the
Where's the beef?
beef
So,
shoulder.
Chef, I've got a question. Where did you get the love for Alex? It had to come from somewhere.
Yeah,
You,
I will.
Alex was my first inspiring sous chef. I was on the opening team at Mizuna as a young culinarian, and
in the corner here?
about 6 months in, Alex Seidel
Sauce
came in as the sous chef, and I got to work for him, and he was
So I want you to bring down just
mind-blowingly
on, one half of the beef.
inspirational. He
Isn't-
changed my whole culinary career.
Oh my God.
Isn't that interesting? Because I would say the last few nights, we've had guys like this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've had these gentle giants.
Yep.
These guys that have so much talent in their pinky, that make most chefs.
It's not even like just the food. He's a natural-born leader. He's patient. He's a
Okay,
really good
careful
teacher.
on the liquid in here.
And he's such a perfectionist, and like just
careful when
working
you're pulling
around
this
somebody
off.
like that, when you're like, just trying to get stuff done, chef, and they're like, do it right. He's all about doing things the right way
Make
every
it
time.
look good.
Yeah. And and you see it right now, how he's right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And saying, hey, listen, I'm going to show you the first plate.
Yep.
I mean, and that's something that I, as a young businessman, I always learned.
Jim, you wanna
I
put
would
salad
clean the
so you
bathrooms the first time,
monitor
and
that?
maybe even the third time.
Right.
But the whole thing is I'm going to show you what the expectation is.
Okay,
I need
chef's
you to
coming
follow
around
that.
this way.
So-
We're going to
All right,
clear
let's move rapido.
Yeah.
some room for him.
He's amazing.
He's in the zone right now.
And he's been nice enough to stay friends with me
Philip.
for all these years after.
Come on, Philip.
Was it a little intimidating at
potato
first
guy,
to
brother.
work with Chef Alex?
I was
Rebecca?
terrifying.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go.
What does that do for? Because a lot of folks when they look at working with you, they have those same kind of jitters inside. Do you remember that feeling and try and alleviate that, or is that something like
more
you should
sauce,
be a
guys.
little terrified?
No, I just like to make people laugh and have fun.
Yeah. In the kitchen here right now, as you look out, doesn't look like there's a sad face in the crowd, does there?
I'm sure not.
No.
This food is amazing.
Say something about Chef Scott Hiberneth that's going to be cooking with us
All right, are you
tomorrow.
guys ready?
Scott is another
Okay.
person that I look up to immensely. When I moved from Mizuna, I went to the kitchen at Luca, and Scott was the chef de cuisine there, and I actually had the pleasure of working for him for a little while. And again, he and I stayed in touch for, 15 years via
Little
kitchen
tiger
tape
to the-
messages. Literally, that's how Chef Scott and I stayed friends.
Wow.
We would send each other pictures maybe every 3 months, then it was 6 months, then it was a year, then it was a year and a half of really funny labels of things in your walk-in that were like misspelled or really, really funny. And that's honest to goodness how Chef Scott Hiberneth and I stayed friends for all these years. And he is from New Jersey, so he would come out and visit and come see the restaurants I was working at in New York. And we've always just been really good friends and work together and work really well together. So it's super, super fun. I'm going to be cooking with him tomorrow, and he's cooking with me on Friday. We have a very good collaboration. I feel really lucky that we're in this together.
See, now, Friday is your night, right?
Correct.
And we're going to close it down with you. I think we'll burn the place down. I don't know.
Try and
We're
keep
not
it off
going
the
to.
rim, okay?
It's brick. We're okay.
But, here it is, community, and you're getting to know the Modern Eater, what we do a little bit, but it's all about kind of connecting people and the purveyors and local and the chefs, and that's why it was so important to really cook outside, that extra connection, because we're really lacking connections right now. I think this is so special, and we can't thank you guys enough for the space and for us to come in here and do this dinner series. But you know what? With a short turnaround time, I think collectively with your team and my team, we did a great job.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's
I
good.
mean, Craig Jones, who's not here tonight, so I'm having to speak for him, I
He's
guess.
probably watching.
I hope he's watching. Hi, Hefe.
Jimmy here in control.
But he really wanted to do something really
That's scary
special out
for all
here
of
and
us.
get these chefs together and He built this amazing, beautiful space and gave us all a home to work out of. So we're really, really, really lucky to be here and to have all of this. So thank you for teaming up with him.
It's going to be a great end of the series, and so far just not a miss. I'm really glad that you were able to connect yesterday with Chef Kyle Mendenhall.
He's so cool. I didn't even know. I mean, I've never met him, and I was really blown away. He's just such an amazing chef and really cool person.
Well, I want to get him back here so he can taste your food.
All right,
please invite him to the dinner on Friday. I would love that.
If we've got some space, I will make that happen.
Man,
that's awesome.
Here it is. So you guys could cook in any kitchen probably in the world. I know you could. And here you are. Chef Alex is in the dark plating food right now with a smile on his face. What I want to do is I want to bring our mics up over the house and Chef Seidel's as well. So mine and Brian's and Chef Rebecca, we're going to greet the house right now for the main course, and Chef Seidel is going to talk about what he's putting together. So hello.
Keep this off the rim, okay?
Are we over the house? We are. Hello, guys. How is dinner so far?
Yes,
good.
yes.
Let's hear about
they're
dinner
enjoying
so
themselves.
far.
They're talking. I like that.
All right, Chef Seidel's microphone is up. We're peeking into the kitchen, you guys. Chef, if you can, you're putting together this main course for us. Do you mind giving us the play-by-play?
Absolutely. We've got a little braised short rib here, kind of perfect for the weather tonight. Warm and stick to your belly. We're finishing this with a little bordelaise sauce, which is very classic French sauce that is basically finished and emulsified with bone marrow. That bone marrow gives it a nice richness. So this is a little bit thicker than some of the sauces that we typically make. But it's definitely got a nice velvet in it. Velvetiness. Is that right?
Velvetiness. Yeah, that's a hard one.
Something like that. And then we've got these beautiful mushrooms that were grown here locally, oyster mushrooms, which is a cultivated mushroom, not a foraged mushroom. And for a long time I wouldn't buy Colorado cultivated mushrooms. And it was because of the humidity here and the dryness, and it was really tough to grow mushrooms that had the right moisture content. So when you cooked them, they become stringy and dry, but these guys are doing a great job.
And those are Hazel Dell mushrooms. This is Centennial Cuts beef short rib that we have here tonight. How'd the beef turn out for you, Chef?
I don't know. I haven't tasted it. You'll have to tell me.
Haven't tasted it. And then Hazel Dell as well.
You know what? If I know our beef short rib, it's amazing. We do it every single day, and we probably do about 500 pounds of it a week at Mercantile.
Wow.
So I'm hopefully at a place where I don't have to taste every batch.
Yes. The potatoes as well, that's local. That's Strohauer Farms just up north. But the potatoes look delicious, too.
Yeah, beautiful fingerling potatoes that we did a nice little confit at the restaurant. We poached those in a little fat. And we did a nice little roast here via Rebecca Weitzman. Once we roasted those potatoes, we pulled them out and we tossed them with a little bit of clarified butter, some fresh herbs, and shallots. I really like what shallots I add to potatoes. All my mashed potatoes at Chook are made with shallots. It's my secret ingredient, but it's not so secret anymore. But yeah, that's what I really love what shallots do to potatoes.
Well, and Chef, don't you feel like this is really reminiscent of what you're doing back at your place, because you use all local ingredients, and right here, this is another place that you're getting to really experience what you've always done and sort of what's to your heart, using all local.
Yeah, these dishes tonight don't necessarily have all the bells and whistles, but neither does my food in general. I think the bells and whistles, as we were just talking to our tomato friend tonight, is really just trying to do our best to highlight the ingredients in their natural form, and really not mask them, but try to create delicious dishes just by highlighting those items.
Every main course needs a cocktail. You had a chance to try the cocktail, Chef?
You know what? I've definitely had some of the cocktail. My friend Steven over there
from Golden Moon. It's definitely, there he is. You know, Steve and I have done a lot of hanging out together, and he's taught me a little bit about distilling. I still don't, I know maybe like 2.02% of what he knows. But we spent a lot of time and done a lot of tasting of his products in the past, and I'm very fortunate to receive a bottle here and there. So when my friends come over to my house, they get a chance to see something that's really created just probably less than a half mile from my house. And the fact that Stephen was one of the first local distillers to come and talk to me about products from our farm and how we could partner that way and what we could grow for them. And, you know, I remember the day probably 3 years ago where we were tasting some of this Artemisia, and he brought me 2 different samples of the Artemisia he used, and he used to import one, I think it was from France, and it was his most premium, high-end Artemisia. Is this right? Am I on the right story?
So yeah, France and Switzerland. We source both in Provence. We source in the Val de Travers from the Covey Growers Co-op, where absinthe comes from. And then I brought you seed from the Growers Co-op in Covey, which you planted in your farm in Larkspur.
Well, and then what I remember most, though, Stephen, is when you brought me that amazing French high-quality Artemisia, and we looked at it compared to the Artemisia that Ilsa grew, and we saw the stems in the French stuff, and we saw the leaf and the aromatics in the stuff Ilsa grew. It was just a way better product. I think we both agreed on that, right?
Absolutely. The stuff you guys grow, I mean, I've given distillate, both pure Artemisia distillate and absinthe that we've made off of the absinthe, off of the Artemisia that you grow at Fruition Farms. And people around the world in the absinthe community and in the professional community have said, oh my God, this is the most alpine absinthe. And I laugh because I say, you know, it's not alpine, it's Colorado prairie. And they're like, oh, no, it's alpine. I'm like, no, it's all terroir. I mean, it's the same seed stock.
Right.
So what Ilsa does and where you guys grow gives the botanicals an amazing terroir that you, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love what grows in the Val de Travers. I love what grows in the south of France, and they're very different. But the stuff that grows at your farm where you are and the way Ilse grows it is just, you can't get that anywhere else.
Maybe it's that extra age it gets in the barn for hanging in there for a year.
And maybe a little bit of the sheep
little
shit.
bit of the
Maybe
barn.
the sheep shit.
Yes, a little barn funk in there.
Serious funk. I love it. I love it.
All right, main course is out. Is everybody enjoying the main course? Good. That's fantastic. Stephen Gould, Golden Moon Distillery. Stephen, talk about the distillery, if you would.
So we have a little distillery, about 10,000 square feet in Golden, Colorado. I think so. We make a variety of products. We started years ago, and I've been distilling about 30 years, worked for a couple of different distilleries, made some products around the world. Golden Moon really is focused on Colorado single malts, but we're sort of known for some weirder stuff that I've been making for years, one of which happens to be absinthe. So the first cocktail you drank tonight is the Waldorf. And the Waldorf is a rye whiskey cocktail with a little bit of sweet vermouth and our absinthe made with Alex's wormwood. And the Waldorf cocktail, what most people don't know, is pre-prohibition, wormwood was, and absinthe was one of the most common modifiers and ingredients in cocktails. And so the Waldorf cocktail is called the Waldorf for a reason. And that's because the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in New York City in the 1890s, the cocktail you're drinking was the cocktail on the bar at the Waldorf. It was their signature cocktail. So early on in American whiskey history, rye whiskey was the preferred brown spirit. Add a little absinthe, add a little vermouth, and you've got the cocktail you're drinking. So Golden Moon, we tend to do a lot of old school things. We make absinthe, we make liqueurs. We want to try and use as many local ingredients as we possibly can. But at the same time, we're going to scour the world for the highest quality ingredients we can get for our cocktails or for our spirits. And so what that means is working with Alex to grow wormwood. What that means is going to the south of France for lavender. What that means is working with our friends down the road at Golden Malting for malted barley. What that means is going into Vietnam to get star anise for some of our products. So it's really about working with farmers and growers and professionals around the world to make amazing spirits that can be used in cocktails and that can be used in cooking. So we're local, we're in Golden, we got a great little cocktail bar. We're honored to be able to work with people like Alex. And yeah, thank you all for coming and enjoy.
Well, wait, Stephen, you're not off the hook.
I'm not. Wait.
Because I want to geek out with you a little bit. Wormwood.
Wormwood.
So
okay.
Alex is growing wormwood
Okay.
for you, which I want to ask how that's done. But
Well-
then on the other side, wormwood is one of those things that if you don't use it properly, you can actually kill people.
No. Well,
Okay. Well,
so let's talk about wormwood. So the Artemisia family is a family of botanicals. It includes sagebrush. It includes grand wormwood, which is or Artemisia absinthium, which is where absinthe comes from. It includes a variety of other wormwoods that are used in vermouth. I mean, vermouth is actually a derivative of the word Vermouth, which is German for wormwood. So these are a family of herbs that have been used for medicinal purposes and then cocktail purposes for thousands of years. And it is true that if you were to isolate certain chemicals in the plant, they would be harmful. But you know what? Most plants have chemicals that would be harmful if you concentrate them. Wormwood is an incredible family of botanicals that have been used for culinary and beverage purposes for centuries and centuries and centuries. So we actually grow multiple varieties of wormwood at Fruition Farms. We grow grand wormwood, we grow petite wormwood, we grow mugwort, which is a petite or lesser wormwood. We grow a variety of genepes. We make 2 absinthes at Golden Moon. We make a genepe, which is a liqueur similar to chartreuse, at Golden Moon. And we use a variety of other of the same family of botanicals grown at Alex's farm for cocktail bitters and etc.
Well, I will tell you, your spirits are off the chart, first off. So thank you for what you're doing there. Thank you for also connecting with local farmers and having a local aspect, because I think so few, distillers are doing that. We see more and more people jumping into the wheat and rye that we're growing here in the state, and I love to see that. But you're pushing it to a whole new level. So, Stephen.
It's about understanding where your products come from, and it's about being able to control the terroir. So I run Golden Moon. I do a fair amount of work for other people. I'm master distiller, one of 2 for a large operation in Ireland. And we're prototyping whiskeys at Golden Moon for that project. But in Ireland, we're actually working with local farmers throughout County Kildare to plant our own varieties of wheat, of rye, of barley, and et cetera, to make old school Irish pot stills. And what's really cool is we're actually working with growers here in Colorado and prototyping those whiskeys here in Colorado, and then transferring what we've learned from the prototyping process over to Ireland to make old school mid-1800s style Irish whiskeys using the same varietals of wheat and rye and barley and corn that we're using here. Now the terroir is going to be a little different, but it's all about connecting with the growers, understanding the climate, understanding the terroir, and using the grains to create amazing flavor profiles.
That's a deep dive right
Yes,
there.
I love it.
You can only get that here. I'll tell you what, Golden Moon and Stephen Gould, let's hear it for him. Thanks so much. How's dinner?
Thank you,
You
everybody.
enjoying
Thank
yourself?
you so much for coming. I think we got to give this man a hand. We got to give you a hand. A hand. It's a man.
I'll take a hat.
We got to give you a hand.
Let's give him a hat.
Let's give him a
he's
hat.
an amazing cook. I mean, I grew up
Or a
working in
cocktail.
restaurants. I'm 3rd generation restaurant folk. I know a lot of cooks. I know a lot of famous cooks. You know what? This guy's a fucking amazing cook.
Yeah, you're good, everybody. Have a seat, pal. Thanks, Stephen. Appreciate
Right
it.
on, Stephen. I love it.
Hey, you shouldn't swear.
All right, we'll keep it going here. You guys enjoy that course. We're going to bring the music back up, and then dessert's going to be coming up here shortly.
Yeah.
The Modern Eater continues.
It's not that. I don't want to do it. Josh works hard. It's not that we don't want to work that hard. I don't want to do it. It's T-plus. And I don't. It's just look at Ozark. And the bright age of 53, I don't have the patience for stupid people. I'm done. So I'm willing to file whatever paperwork needs to get done. I can work hard. I can do all that. But as far as hiring employees, but that's what? But Stacy. Yeah, New Zealand. New Zealand. So it is. No.
I hear they make really good pork. So, yeah. European healthcare.
I think retiring in the EU is. But it's not really the beef.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
No, Portugal.
Portugal is way south. Almost after.
Which next to Spain? North of Spain is like Monaco. I'm all messed up. Yeah, no, Portugal.
It's way south. It's like the southeast corner of Spain. It's a little sliver of. Yeah, I mean, retiring in the EU is a
yeah. The cost of living for healthcare in Portugal right now is about 65 to 70% of the cost of living. Yeah. Before you pay for healthcare, which you don't pay for that.
That socialism
You have to wait.
is bad.
Yeah, it's awful.
remember being in France in college, and I had to go to the dentist and they did a film and did all this stuff, and I was like, what are you? Nothing. Oh, okay. Weird.
Then they go back to drinking wine.
Yeah. I don't understand how the concept of the fact that everybody needs hair is something that people think is.
To be clear, my preferred solution is that we solve those problems here. But
I mean, look, you're talking to people on Cobra right now.
I think that's not too bad. I'm pretty damn proud of it.
$700 a month. More than I'm working.
But it gives us the life of luxury.
It does get us the life of luxury.
This is the one thing that, like, no matter what either of us do, as long as one of us has employed and has good insurance, because my man.
I mean, I spend a good day before he quit.
I guess you know, plant the potatoes.
I could totally eat a pan.
It was so good.
But I also have a potato fry.
Easy, right?
Because with culture things,
Like, there are a number of countries that have literally universal health care. No one who is without health care. And they've achieved it through different routes. The problem is, the thing is, there's no philosophy behind each of those routes. The things that drove it were, one, what were these starting conditions? Right. So what was the country like before they decided to do it? And two, what is the nature of the country like? So if you look at Finland, for example, which is a young country, natural resource economy, their solution is going to look different from Switzerland, which is age-wise about the same. Right. But they both achieved that end result in different ways, but both of them have achieved the result that because they ignored the philosophy and decided to focus on, let's actually make this work for real people.
So on one extreme, you have healthcare industry, you show up and you get like a call, maybe right. On the other extreme, you healthcare provides at no charge.
And my wife's got her mouth.
I think that's my issue with the discussion is that it's philosophical. Will you actually have that discussion? What are those trade-offs? So the detail matters. The actual details of the massive balance. What should we provide? And what should we provide? I think for me, it comes to sort of balance of market.
That second course.
Seriously, am I going to provide for free and experimental that makes me less able to provide for healthcare to, like, no, I'm not. But that's an intentional trade-off. That means there's someone somewhere who would have benefited from that experimental. Right. Like, so. Well, but so. Yes, kind of, but it's like, but there is like, and it is, to some extent you have to personally, morally evolve. Religion is trade-offs in my opinion. So like, do I want only streaming investments because we have in experimental treatments and new drugs for conditions that don't exist, when that same amount of money could be invested in treatments that already exist for widely
we're all
distributed.
about the capitalistic side, where now the drug companies and the medical providers are only rewarded for new investment, new discovery, and that's why
and it's only new investments in conditions that people will pay money for.
Right.
So basically, there's this weird problem where
think about things like type 1.
part of the issue with that is that, yes, the diseases that are really common, drug companies have an obvious incentive to invest in because there's a lot of people who do it. But once it's knocked out of the common and drug companies aren't really investing in it, there's this trade-off. There's the like, okay,
like the flu. The regular. How is it we can? I mean, that's a formula. Someone needs
so,
but I think there's the operational side. Right. It's totally yeah, I mean, not that many people need it.
Yeah.
It's very easy. I mean, Megan, I pay zero. I pay zero. I'm not branding
super well understood.
for Medicare. You would have to make only 400 or 500 to be able to break.
That's the research being done. It's being aggressive.
That makes sense. Like,
Yep. So, to some extent, we have to invest in stuff that is expensive.
That's right.
But the problem is, are you willing to only provide that to repay that investment? So that for me is like, and there's sort of a risk reward trade-off that goes along with that.
That's not the survey. the new stuff. When it comes to medicine, all the new stuff is Western, or absolutely.
That's why you gotta test it.
Well, the testing is expensive.
And that takes the worst possible investment, and that's time. We don't have it. So when it comes to actually, at a certain point, something's going to be all out of the they're going to say, you think this works for everybody?
Well, that's where you have to, but the thing is, that's what you reappreciate, but that's not what the actual professional says. What they actually say is, this works under these conditions, with this set of risks. But that's still drawing on the line. They are. They're telling you exactly what the line is.
It's never have a huge allergic reaction to it. You know, by the way, when that happens, like, you're not going to die. You're just going to be paralyzed from that down.
Yeah.
So everybody else have to draw that.
Yeah, I mean, listen to any medical.
You're absolutely right.
Half
And
of it
I think that
is
we present this to the American. I hate to use that. Because they're not to the world. They don't realize they're looking for you. Yes, it works or it doesn't work. Right.
like, and there's no difference that's completely stolen, that it doesn't work or not work. It works with risks. You can get behind the car and you drive one way, but it doesn't guarantee safety. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. That Mercedes GL.
The GLE. Oh, yeah. That's a switch. So we went from test drive GLE. Because we're talking about a young car. And it's a little bit bigger.
The newest car is the Andrews Jeep Cherokee 2014. Oh, it's an AMG. It will make it an AMG.
Really quiet. So it's like it's cushy, it's powerful.
And since we're not doing this trip, we're talking about doing a food trip around the country. We go visit. We go from here to Will.
But apparently AMG, after the GLE AMG, only comes in, from what I've been able to ascertain, really one color.
Black. Everybody wants it.
Black is black is
That's the one we test up. Did I see?
See, that's the one thing my car doesn't have.
God, that's a must-have.
Yeah.
And the other thing is the older version. So I really like the idea of 2020. That's the whole auto integration. The older one, this will do their navy. I'd rather just plug my phone in and basically the screen is on my phone. Right. And I can just navigate. Yes. So I really want to wait for the 2020s. And actually, we were looking at 20s. The SUV comes in like 3. Oh my God. When Mercedes have so many choices, they need to. The 350, the 450, and then the 550. We were looking at the coupe one that only comes in. But what I really want is the 450, the middle one. They haven't come off. Because I'm all about especially if it's an expensive car like that. It's like 20 grand. That's a lot of money. So that car, brand new, we priced it out as like $70,000. Still less than Tesla, but so we're looking at but you know, if I can buy a used one a couple of years old, right? Like, let somebody else take that. And usually what they get is like somebody else leaves, so they didn't take it. Like they did, but they said there's their religion, whatever for them that makes sense, right? want something a little bigger than my car, doesn't, my car's it's that little TLK. You don't want to cross-country road trip. It's a car with an SUV.
Thanks for the heads up.
So it's fine.
I can put it back on if you want me to.
No, you can't, Chef
It
2.
gets fun.
Your arms are full.
Oh, Chef 2 is good. He can do it.
All right, let's go back around the other way. And then these guys can get these out. Now squeeze in there.
Chef 2's ready if you're ready.
Chef 2 is trying to mic up with one hand.
Hey man, this is where it gets fun. It's the end of the night.
Okay, guys, we gotta keep these warm. So let's rock and roll here.
I'm holding this just as fast as I can, bud. Is this hurry up and wait? It's hurry up and wait in the cheese world. Do you want me to grab the other tray? Is this good?
Yeah, let's.
You want to switch them?
Let's let these guys catch up a little bit. Put that in there. Wait. Yeah, shine, baby. These are done, right? Okay, can we get the service team over here? Are you guys ready to start serving dessert? Okay. I can start passing to you.
Oh, man down. You good? Yeah, I'm good. Nice snag, dude. Sorry about that, Chef.
It's okay. No blood, no foul. No blood, no foul.
You need Canal help or you good?
Hands, please.
I know what you're saying. Hey, what is this like again? Kind of feels very familiar, doesn't it? This little tiny table.
Can we have someone else, Quinell? Yeah, you're Quinellin? Oh, you're the man,
Yeah, but
right?
You remember in New York how like working in that kitchen we had to
Quinneller.
Oh, and you didn't have to duck.
Oh, come on. What's that? Doesn't look like Fruition, Quinell, either.
That kitchen's super
We can't allow that for Fruition.
It's a rad little
We're in an
experience
alley,
being
so
there.
yeah, you can leave it on there.
They have a bathroom upstairs that is completely
Just
covered
not
in
at
mirrors.
Fruition.
Floor to ceiling and a ceiling. Weird.
Missed one here.
Super weird.
Is this missing crumble too?
Yeah.
Don't go shy on the crumble, guys, because it definitely needs some texture.
You ready to jump ahead again, or are we gonna give them a little time? Here's 2 more delis that crumble, boys and girls.
We got plenty of crumble, so don't be bashful on the crumble.
Ready to go, dude?
Yeah, I think we can start going here. Hold on.
Do you want to grab his offset spat and start setting some...
I got you.
I like cooking with you.
Oh,
Everything goes in the
Liz.
same spot every single time.
Cake feels awesome.
It does feel good, doesn't it?
Right. I'm so glad we cut it too. I think you nailed it. I think you nailed it.
It's perfect bread pudding. It's a little eggy.
It's lighter than the one we tried, which is thank you. Yeah. Tag team back again.
Don't do it. Don't you do it.
Okay. How
Let's
are
push
you
this all
guys
forward.
doing right now?
Let's make sure we get all the components.
How are you
on
guys
there, the
doing right
appetites.
now as we end this day? Yes, thank you. The chefs are killing it tonight. Where's Kevin Weber? Where's Kevin? There he is. Kevin, grab a microphone here, sir. Kevin Weber from Carboy. First of all, I would love for you all to acknowledge the staff here that has been working so hard from Carboy and Logan Street. Amazing, amazing people, amazing job. Right now, it is not easy to be a part of the service industry. It's actually very difficult. I don't know whether you know, but sometimes guests are difficult.
I mean, not in our experience.
Never, never. So tonight we left off the gratuity for for coming in for dinner. So you'll get a 0 tab. Please show your appreciation to the folks here at Logan Street and give them a nice, fat, hefty tip. Please do that.
Yeah.
We're leaving that up to them. This looks like a good crowd.
Yeah.
This is a great crowd.
I want the staff to make a lot of money tonight because they deserve it. That's fantastic. Logan Street Carboy. Let's hear it for the
right,
staff
Jimmy,
here
let's go,
once
buddy.
again. Kevin Weber joins us from Carboy as we start to sneak into dessert. You need wine with dessert. Did you know that?
I've heard that.
You need wine with everything.
Yeah. Wine makes everything better.
Talk about Carboy for a minute.
So I want to echo on something that Alex said earlier about community.
This isn't the debate where I
No,
ask
no,
you
no,
a
no, no,
question
no, yeah, no.
and then you answer something completely different.
No, you're smart. I promise you're smart. All right, I'm not going to say you're not smart.
That's right.
No.
You only beat them by a little.
Alex mentioned community. When we started Carboy, that's what we were all about. And we still are all about that. I mean, if you've ever been to Angelo's Taverna on 6th Avenue or Angelo's in Littleton or Logan or right here in Logan Street, you can tell that we're about community. We literally, every time we've gone into a neighborhood, Craig and Eric and all of us, we literally go door to door, and we want everyone to be a part of the community. So when we started Carboy, it was about bringing something fun and innovative to Colorado that was missing. We saw this craft beer boom, and we saw that's been happening for decades, and we saw distilleries popping up, and we thought, Colorado wine has not really taken off, and our business model shifted literally within a year, and a full 180 commitment to Colorado viticulture. And I remember the day when we were talking about how, would everyone embrace that? And we challenged ourselves to make that happen, and they did. And we've experienced amazing growth in 3 locations in 3 years. And now we've just...
Ooh, did you just say 4? Can I have 4?
Yeah.
Give me
So
4.
we're not going to get into details, but we are under contract for a vineyard in Grand Valley. And we literally are putting our feet in there. We're not just working with growers. We're growing, and this is, we've embraced this. And more importantly, the community in Colorado has embraced us. And so we like to say that everything that we have achieved is only because it's been shared with everybody here and all over the state that has bought our wine, joined our wine club, and enjoyed Colorado wine as an adventure, people.
That's right.
Come on.
And cutting the trail, they say, Colorado wine, what? And you're throwing it all out the window.
Yeah.
Carboy and Carboy Winery. They say it takes a village. We've got a badass village.
Colorado is a badass village. It's a growing place, but it's a place that knows itself, and just like it's embraced its culinary scene and everything that all these amazing farmers are doing. I mean, I've been taking my wife to Fruition for years. It's still our favorite restaurant. Like, I can't give enough props to Alex Seidel and what he's done there with Fruition and Mercantile. And, and I'm so proud of Rebecca and Scott for what they've done with our team. And we'd like to follow in that footstep on the winemaking side. And Tyzak is, I think he's the most talented winemaker in Colorado.
Stand up, Tyzak. Stand up, would you?
And he's sitting next to one of our... He's sitting next to one of our favorite growers in Colorado, Poppy Woody.
There he is.
Poppy has, I want to tell everybody, we achieved one of our highest rated wines from grapes.
Poppy Woody, stand up,
Poppy
please.
Woody.
So Poppy farms a beautiful vineyard.
Oh, we're bringing her up.
In Palisade, and it's called Cherokee Vineyard, and I tell you what, it's remarkable grapes, Gewürztraminer, Tempranillo, Viognier, and the Viognier that we had harvested from the 2018 vintage garnered one of the highest awards that we've ever had the honor to win. So thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So shameless plug. The Gewürztraminer we made from Poppy's Vineyard, it was club only. We just put it in our tasting room tonight for sale to the public. So if you want to try it, you can find it for a limited time.
For a limited time.
Thank you.
Am I
Shameless
live?
plug.
Am I live? Am I live?
Yeah, bring Alex live.
I didn't even say hi to this guy yet.
You know, one of the coolest nights I had was just a couple weeks ago, and one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to do this dinner is because when I first moved to Denver in 2002, I started at a little place called Mizuna, and Rebecca, who's the chef here, I don't know where she is.
Since we got her on the mic, she's not coming out.
You know, we immediately bonded through, well, actually we didn't bond. She told me I didn't have to watch over her cleaning. I remember that story. And I wasn't there to watch over her cleaning. I was just there to watch her because I was so impressed with all her movements. And, you know, I think we were always kind of fighting for each, you know, I'm talking about you. Yeah, we started working together 18 years ago.
Yeah, we sure did.
And I was just telling the story when you told me that I didn't need to stand around and watch you clean. And I was
intimidated by you, eh?
no, this was about like watching someone special in the kitchen. And when Denver lost her to New York, we always stayed in touch, and I always wanted to know what she was doing, and because she was such a big talent, and we lost her in Denver, and the fact that she's back here, and yeah, and the fact that you know, I was able to meet Ty a couple weeks ago, and Rebecca and Ty came over to my house, and it was just the three of us, and he brought over some Cab Franc and some delicious wine from Carboy.
And then your daughter challenged me to a handstand contest.
Yes, which I think you might have won, actually. You might have won that one.
It was the Cab Franc.
He practices on barrels at the winery, so.
So this isn't just a show, you guys. This isn't just about getting together for one night and throwing a shebang. And these relationships run deep, and we have a long history. Jason, I remember when he first moved to town. Ty, we got to hang out the other night together for a few hours, and they left my house, maybe not completely sober, but sober enough to go stamp grapes.
For my first time.
Yeah, so that was, you knew the dedication was there right there. When they were
Fermentation.
like, Ty's like, I
Fermentation keeps
can't
going.
leave this
Fermentation keeps
go
going.
tonight.
Yeah.
We got to go do this right now.
I was in for the
We
ride.
sent all that wine to Steven. He distilled it, so there was no foot fungus in the grapes. So.
We used these cool things. Wasn't even our feet.
Yeah.
I almost fell in, but I didn't. I hung
It's all about community, and we're happy to be a part of a thriving community here. And so, thank you.
Special dinner.
Yeah, special dinner.
Yeah. I think everybody who's in
Say how
hospitality.
amazing Alex is?
No.
They tasted that.
But he's
They
the
ate that dinner.
bestest
It's
ever.
specialist can do.
Well, the reason I opened Fruition is really because I like making people happy, and I really do. It's my reward every day, is when someone's like, "Oh, that was the most amazing meal." That's my true reward. But also on top of that is building these relationships with people in our community, and being able to share experiences and hear different ideas, and just kind of grow together. I mean, we've literally been in this community for a long time, and I've watched a lot of people grow, and I've grown with people, and it's all part of life. And I think the more we can experience these special times of good food and good drink and just good conversation, it's what I really miss over these last 6-8 months. So just appreciate you guys all coming out, and hope you enjoyed the meal tonight. So
Okay. Earlier on, don't go anywhere.
To say how amazing
now,
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
You have to.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I don't want 3 microphones. I just need one. Alex came in. Alex Seidel, chef, the best chef ever.
Come on.
Came in as the sous chef 6 months after we opened Mizuna and changed my life. will forever be a mentor. He is so patient and so kind and just so wants everything perfect. He teaches us all to care about ingredients and care about the process. And as this young, like up and coming cook, I was so mad when Alex came in, probably why I was not so nice about cleaning. Who is this guy coming in? Like, we've been in this kitchen. I opened this restaurant. I want to be the sous chef. And then I came in, and after like 2 weeks, I was like, oh, I get it. I get it. I'm going to learn so much from this guy. Just put your head down, shut your dumb mouth, and learn and be gracious. And whatever, 18 years later, we're still friends because I learned somehow how to close my mouth and learn. And thank you so much. And here you are today.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you so much.
Because of you.
You're the best.
Yes.
On that note, Chef Alex Seidel, Chef Rebecca Weissman, please, can I have you guys, before the 8:15, turn off the microphone, please give up, and let's hear it for the man, Chef Alex Seidel.
Actually, if I could bring my team out here. Jimmy, Harry, Philip, Liz, Silva King. Can you guys come out here, please?
Look at this, Alex.
Yeah, this is awesome. Come on, guys. Are you guys still making food? Okay, well, they can wait. Come on out. Okay. This is kind of the coolest part, is because I didn't anticipate having this large of a team here tonight. And, you know, everybody talks about, oh, Fruition Mercantile. I mean, some amazing compliments from Rebecca, but without a team like this, I'm not able to do anything. I'll just be really, really honest with you guys. I was out of town this whole weekend, and this was our first event. And we talked a lot about this event before I left, and coordination and building the menu together. But I left for the weekend, and I came back late last night, and I had to do some last-minute coordination for this dinner. Like I said, I didn't know it was outdoors. But I was really able to count on my teams. This is Harrison. He's one of the sous chefs at Mercantile. Silva King, he is one of the chefs at Mercantile. Liz, my pastry chef, she runs Food Mill. She's been with me since day one at Mercantile. She delivers pastries to 7 different Whole Foods 7 days a week. She's responsible for all of our viennoiserie, all of our programs over there. Jimmy here with the Mohawk. Jim's been with me for 13 plus years. And we have grown up together. He rose to the sous chef level. He's been my partner and cheesemaker, making award-winning cheeses on his own. Here we have Andrew that's jumping in here with Silver King. This is a kind of a Mercantile crew. These guys, I'm so proud of them. They're young chefs. And they didn't have to be here tonight. I didn't ask them. I didn't tell them that we were going to pay them tonight because, you know, times are tough. But these guys actually, they really wanted to be here. And when somebody really wants to be here and be a part of something, how can you say no? Because these guys are starting their careers off, and there was a time when I remember that, and to see them come into this environment and be able to feel the excitement and the passion for cooking for you guys, that's why they're here. Because I didn't ask them to be here. They asked me if they could be here. So that was kind of the cool part. Philip over there. Philip just moved here from New York. And he's a young cook that was at 11 Masson Park. He came to me a couple months ago, and he said, you know, I just started there. I got released from COVID, but I'm really passionate about bread, and I wanted him to have an opportunity to continue his passion for bread. And that turned into a job at Fruition as a young chef. So this is it's not just me. It's these guys that are making it all happen. These are the ones that cooked all the food. These are the ones that prepared it. These are the ones that organized it. To be honest, I had a meeting at 3 o'clock, and I showed up here at 4:30. But I have that much trust because we've all grown together. And these guys, I mean, they're not just representing me. They're representing themselves, and they will be amazing chefs in their own right. So little round of applause for these
folks. Yeah. They're the future stars. They're the future stars of Denver. And I'm really fortunate to be able to work with some of the best people here in Denver, some of the best chefs, young chefs, chefs that have been doing it for a while. And the thing about our team is we're always pushing every day to get better. I don't think there's any egos in our group. I think what we have is something special, and something special where we all just push each other to do better so we can make more people happy, and that's really our goal. So thank you all for coming tonight.
Oh, my goodness. We really could stop right there, but I think just to solidify what community is about before the dinner tonight, we said, let's take a selfie because I want to do a before and after and see the comparison. What eating and drinking and breaking bread together and just this kind of community and local in Colorado, just as good as it gets. We're all family now, and I think you feel it. We're all connected in a very special way. That was our promise to you, and you came here to have that, and we appreciate that. So without further ado, it's post-dinner selfie time, and we're going to just line up here. We're going to turn these lights on. You guys
didn't tell me about this, Greg.
Well, we had the first one.
Post-dinner selfie time?
Post-dinner selfie time.
Okay.
You come on over here. We're going to face this way.
I don't have to do selfies, right?
Yes, you do. Come on
sure.
in here.
Okay.
You're in, everybody. So it's we're all going to get in this shot. So everybody put your hands up. Do something interesting with your hands. Stand up in the back.
It's a one-time
It's a
selfie.
one-time
Yeah.
selfie.
Oh,
Not
I
everybody.
like that. I like that.
It's a one-time selfie. We can do this.
Come on, guys.
All right, everybody, do something interesting. These are your closest friends. All right. Woo! Everybody, the modern eater.
What's up?
Yes. Now that is community. Thank you all for coming. Love to mention my staff, Brian Freeman. He's amazing. Jay Parker, Dave Avery, James, DJ, our whole cast and crew. This is night number 3 of the Fall Dinner Series.
All the farms, all the growers, all the vineyards, everybody, all the supporting cast.
Rich O'Brien, Elevation Food Service Reps.
Chef
The
one,
kitchen's
turn it
amazing. We couldn't do it without you. Charles Talbot, the list goes on and on.
Rocky
Thank
Mountain
you so
Fresh.
much, Rocky Mountain Fresh. Odd 13 Golden Moon Distillery.
Hazel Dell, Cheese Importers, Harper
And most
Feeders,
importantly,
Centennial.
you guys.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for you guys and Chef Alex Seidel one last time.
Yes.
Thank you so much. All right. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night. The Modern Eater continues. Yes.